welcome to Sort of Board. I'm Monkey of the Sort of Board crew, and today I'm going to be building a deck with Black Widow for my first match in the LEDT Season 2. My pod is going up against Black Widow for one of its scenarios, and I thought might as well just go ahead and pit Black Widow against Black Widow and see who the better Widow is. And we're going to do some deck building for that. So I have all filters set, so I just have what I have. And let's see. First up, I gotta pick aspect for this. And I'm kind of torn between leadership. I'm torn between everything. My first kind of choice for it is Justice, because I know she has a ton of uh, threat removal that you have to worry about, both to even hit her and uh, it scales up very, very quickly. So part of me wants to lean Justice for that. The other part of me is maybe aggression, just hit her a lot. So I'm removing threat and making sure it can't build up. But she's like in stage 3, I think she's still getting 3 threat per turn. So that's still 3 attacks worth of threat I have to deal with. So maybe leadership. So let's just go ahead and go through and see what we got. I don't think I'm going to do protection for this one. So let's take a look at justice first. Actually, let's take a look at leadership first. That's my smallest pool. If I were to do something with leadership, what would I do? Because I do have side by side and suit up, so I could do a very Winter Soldier focused buff him up build because I have inspired, I have sidekick, I have rapid response, which lets me do preparation stuff. Let's see, Cable has good thwart. He wants to defeat side schemes. Hawkeye is good for taking up minions. Iron Man is okay. Maria Hill's just good. Vision's a resource dump. White Wolf probably is not going to happen because he places threat on the main, and X-23 wants to defeat minions. So I could probably make something work with like Cable, Hawkeye, Maria, Vision. And Winter Soldier as like the focus, doing a suit up, side by side. Let's see what other leadership cards do I have to rely on? Get ready, inspiring presence. Heal one for an ally and ready it. That's not bad. 1 cost to ready Bucky up, swing again. Last stand. Let's me discard an ally. Leave for front. Also, like, decent if you're doing ally swarm stuff. Make the call to go fishing for an ally. You know, we stand might not be the worst thing. Just keep the allies that you have healed back up because it's heal 1 from X friendly characters. So at most that's 1 heal on 3 characters, which isn't bad. I still have all my basic stuff for this one. So I'm not sure if there's many basic events that are helpful here. I have build sport, which is always good. Helicarrier, Queen Carrier, Avengers Mansion. That could work. So I already had that in mind. I'm not going to build that one yet because that one's honestly easier to build. Let's go and switch to Justice and see what a Justice deck would look like. So allies, Coulson, grab preparations. Daredevil could do 1 damage without attacking, so he could help me chip away while still managing threat. I don't know if I want side schemes for her. Manifold only have one, so it just go be fetching my only side scheme. Quake's always useful, just helping control minions. And Justice, I think that'd be really useful. Speed and Wiccan, less so. Right, so I have several preps, which are great. Black Widow, they came with Black Widow. I think, let's look at events, because Concussive Blow. How many fists do I have in this deck by default? Not bad. Not a bad spread. I was wondering if I could get Concussive Blow to work pretty well. It's just one fist. It's not like the other ones. So this is essentially pay 3, confuse an enemy, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Because I'll probably be able to always be able to drop a fist on it to get that confuse off. Infiltration's probably good. She is running a lot of minions, so I'll probably always end up with a minion in play with me. So I would just need to have a board state where I could deal with that. Multitasking isn't bad. If I do run Infiltration, I think Stealth Strike, I have to also run that. So those go hand in hand. Get a minion, Stealth Strike the minion to knock it out and remove 2 threat from this game. We can't do that one. So no. Switch Retribution. The schemes it just okay. So if I go Justice with this, it would be Infiltration, Stealth Strike, Concussive Blow. Start off with allies: Coulson, Daredevil, Quake, Professor X, Nick Fury, Mockingbird. Pretty ally heavy. Resources, can't forget those. Build supports sides game. Avengers. Ooh, beat cops. Beat cops might not be bad, just because that's good passive threat removal. Those could actually be really helpful as far as go ahead and play those instead of having to attack. I can just exhaust one to move a threat. Those I think would probably carry me a lot because one beat cop for each stage and that manages threat on the main. I don't know if I want heroic intuition. It'd probably be useful, but like if I'm relying on beat cop, I want to be attacking. It's probably two counter intels, 2 spycraft. I have Quake. I don't really know if I want that one. In basics, espionage. Endurance probably isn't bad. Okay, let's cut down. So Safe House lets me recycle preparations. So there's stuff I really need, like counter intel, potentially like spycraft. I could get those back because I really do need. I would need to cut this down a lot. I think we may end up building two decks and just kind of comparing them side by side. We don't have to pick aspects while we're practicing. Just we have to clear the aspect we're using for the final game. So I may end up running some practice rounds of both. I think the confuse is definitely worthwhile. Keeping confuses to let me flip down and do safe house to get stuff back is good. Let's cut down some infiltration. Stealth strike. Let's cut down on that for now. It's 45 cards. I think like ultimately leaving all three B cops in might end up being probably the best call. Just because it is like if I make sure I get each one out on deck pass, by the time I get stage 3, I am managing threat in the main just from B cops. Winter Soldier I play whenever I draw them, as long as I'm not paying 4 for them. Quake just sits there and thins out minions when they scheme. I don't think she has too many big, high health minions in her kit that Stealth Strike just couldn't take out. Professor X is there for the thwarting and confusing. Nick Fury's Nick Fury. Mockingbird gives me a stun. I think we can get by without Daredevil. He's good, but he's 6 threat, 3 damage for 4 cost. It's not bad. Counter Intel essentially just says don't put threat on the main when I'm on stage 3. Good for buy me around and does the damage. Because Widowmaker's also not an attack, so just whenever I absolve prep, I just do damage. I'm fine with having more cards. Let's go 1 down on Spycraft and 1 down on Counter Intel. That still leaves me a lot of preparations. I think Endurance is good, just give me a bit of buffer. Espionage is good. Alright, I'm bored with this one. So let's say, yeah, just call it Justice and save it. And then let's make up a leadership one in just a second. Alright, so we have fresh deck here. Let's go ahead and say this is leadership. And let's make it leadership. So we know, I'm gonna do that one. Alright. Cable, Hawkeye, Maria, Vision, and Nick, Professor X. We'll see by cutting that down some. So we know we need Sidekick and Rapid Response and Inspired, because this is going to be kind of not Voltron deck, but we want to squeeze the most out of the allies we have. Team training, is there any merit for Triskelion? So Winter Soldier's out whenever I have them. Vision is 4 cost. 3 rounds. I don't think I'll ever have enough on the field for Triskelion to matter. There's also a world where I do a Tourmalage build with this. Because I do have access to that. That wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Let's keep working on the rest of this and see how that ends up looking. So, Quinn Carrier, Helicarrier, Avengers Mansion, and events have suit up side by side. So if I cut all of these and instead went Dormelage, that puts me right at 40 cards. I don't get to play Dormelage for free, but I do still have plenty of stuff to help me pay for that. Hmm. And that would that if she is out, that helps me a lot with threat removal and damage because they could be thwarting and relying on AO for damage. This works well with Inspire because I want to keep them around anyway. I think 2 first aids. Because not get ready. Inspiring presence. Heal 1, ready it. So I get to do 2 of those. I think I can drop this down to 2. This might actually be the way I go. Team training gives Bucky 5 hit points, and each of the Doras 4 hit points. Dora keeps them healthy. First aid keeps them healthy. Inspiring presence gives me an extra activation out of them. Which, if I, you know, big turn where I do at least 1 inspiring presence, that could be, you know, 10, you know, about 10, 12 damage and 4 or 5 threat removal, or threat removal down while I'm still doing damage. It's pretty good. Build support gives me the versatility of Dormelage or Queen Carrier based on what I need at the moment. Because her special would let me deal with build support while still dealing damage or still managing throughout the main. Yeah, I think I may actually do a leadership one. Now that I'm looking at this, I think this may give me a little more versatility that I need to really, really take advantage of all of Black Widow's abilities to take down Black Widow. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lock in Black Widow leadership for against Black Widow, and we'll see how it does. I like this one because Winter Soldier's gonna be around forever. Sidekick them, get them out as soon as possible. I can go fishing for the other ones with suit up and go ahead and grab an Inspire to slap on them. Yeah, I like this one. I think this one is going to work. Inspiring Presence, I think is going to be really useful. So, I think I'm, yeah, locking this one in. If, you know, hopefully I will see you come back around, when I do my face off against Black Widow, with Black Widow and, uh, the Wakanda package. And, go check out the other people that are involved in the LEDT this season. We have a great lineup, and I don't know when this video is going up. I still need to work out scheduling. I have a lot of like little bits of prep to do to help get me ready for this season. But I'm excited for it, and I hope to see you um, whenever I play, whenever I do more deck building. So, yeah. Until the next time I see you, hope all your games go well, and I'll see you later.